Oh no. And so how
Yeah.
long until they're done with their
What?
until we dig them up
No, they're
or
gonna. They will. They already got the location. So they're going to. They'll get the one from under the ocean. The rest are all on land. They've already. Some of them are, one's in Hawaii, all over the place. But
right, they
yeah,
are. So I used to live in Hawaii and I loved it and I had no idea why. And
I
now
know.
I do.
Yes, it's going to be the center of the new Earth. It's the heart chakra of Earth. That's part of Mu. It's going to come up again. Yeah, it's going to actually rise. What I saw in the vision in the future is that comes out of the water. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it will rise. It will have more land to it. So where that's going to push up,
Hmm.
but it's going to be a lot bigger than it is now.
Wow.
So Mu's going to come out of the water. Sure, I don't know, or maybe it's volcanoes will erupt. It'll form more land or get bigger, but it definitely gets bigger. But the
Oh,
red
I
one there, the one they talk about, Quokimoto. What's his name? Oh gosh, but I can't. It's one of these strange names from it's from Olmec, from Aztec, Atlantean times. He's the
okay.
one that's under the water. He's the original one that they based the skulls on. It's alien consciousness. He's the one that's under there. Anyway, but
Oh,
it also depends
interesting.
on your intention, because you can talk to them. Sometimes they won't give you information.
Hmm.
I suppose it depends on what you want and if you're meant to have it or no, whatever. But I don't know. I suppose it also, I just find how you treat them, because it's you. So just part of how you treat them makes a difference. If you know, it's not that you just want something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Even with animals, they're the same. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. What are you up to now? I'm very curious.
So now I'm regulating his brain. Um, so I am going to just slow down his thoughts. So
Are
really, it's
you are
really
you using
important
that
about.
Shungite again? Are you using Shungite? Or are you working on the
Nope,
mental
I
body?
changed. So from Shungite,
Hmm.
I'm using Sodalite,
Okay. All right.
Sodalite Pyramid. I
Okay.
will grid out his head and get in there, and then also has Sodalite little
Yes.
tumblestones, or they're flat, and
Yeah.
then I'll put them on some pressure points around his ears, and then kind of play ping pong to help regulate his thoughts, his brain waves.
You're clearing the mental body. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
The energy field. All right. Okay. Interesting.
So
Hmm.
I've noticed that the majority of people who really, really, you know, seek great change within this is through the nervous system, just regulating the nervous system,
Yeah.
because I mean, there's just so much going on where everyone's kind of just burnt out.
That's controlling the body. That is. So I say
Mhm.
it all seems, all of these ancestry, all the stuff seems to exactly. The nervous system runs that body. Yeah. It's the one that's going to. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
Good job, Danny boy. So I use this analogy that I got from my teacher that, we all compartmentalize our thoughts, and our thoughts aren't meant to be compartmentalized like this. They should be free flowing from one end to the other. But because we're so fragmented,
Yeah. They're not our thoughts, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. They're not our thoughts. That's the
well,
problem. Is when you identify with them,
right,
you let on, it's the thoughts constantly thinking, instead of letting them just, that chatter just go off. We identify with them and me and that. Well, I know. So that's how they end up in your field. Dunk, dunk. They're like,
right.
when there's nobody there, none of that. No clutter, no blah, 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 blah. the person consists of a thought field. Actually, it is a whole lot of thoughts. As soon as a person disappears, their thoughts, the story's gone.
Hmm.
Story's attached. It attaches. It's like sticky. It's like a sticky tag.
Yeah.
It's like all these little thoughts. So that's why it's like.
And clearing them away.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm. How you feeling, Danny boy? Good. Okay. Well,
It's what it's used to thinking, really, or identifying with.
yeah. All right. And then let me do one more thing.
So do you do their chakras? Do you clean their energy body? You do them head, and then what else do you do? I'm curious. This whole
Okay, so
section, what do they get?
yeah, the shungite was a detox, and then usually anti-inflammatory, but that's a very long process. That we have acute inflammatory or we have chronic inflammatory, and use different crystals and stones for that. And then usually that is a great base if someone wants to go more in depth with rebuilding a chakra, or if they want to go into childhood trauma, they want to pull out anger hairballs. I mean, there's other procedures that we could do. And so from there, then we can close it up, and then we just allow the person to, just drink water, encourage them, and then depending on how much disease they're willing to work on, then we would suggest, okay, well, we need to do this again, this often, and then
how dense, how much is in the body? Do you need more than one session? I presume that depends how much you got to clear. If it's a lot,
exactly.
If you've never done anything, I mean, they're coming to you with all this, and people, especially if they're not awake, I know. Wow, I mean, the density is like.
It is. And then they're used to their disease, and they're used to, those thought processes that really brought that problem on in the first place. And so it's a lot of talking and clearing that mindset, resetting, and then.
Not only that, because as I said, as I discovered, the stuff in the body is ancestry. So the body is all of it. I mean, it's carrying all of that stuff. So it's not like the mind, you're just stuck with that. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because I had a lot of ancestral stuff that I was able to clear pretty fast.
Yeah, you can do it if you're awake, exactly.
Yes, and that's part of the process is like, okay, allowing them to come to that realization that, through inner work, you can really get your awareness up and start your spiritual awakening.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So what is a basic, like, a first appointment? What do they get? Like, if they do the crystal surgery, this one, because there's different methods, or you mix them and match depending on what the person needs. So what will they be? Do they sort of come to tell you, look, I need this, or I've got that problem, or they just want a full session? What do they get?
Usually I do a consultation with them first, or there's an email exchange. They will make an appointment on my website, and then from there I would email them and see what they're interested in working on, and then from there kind of cater it to whatever their needs are and what they're looking for.
Yes. Good.
We're not going in blind, but I mean, some people don't know, and so they don't know until we get into the session. And some people I know what's wrong with me, but surprise me and tell me what comes up. And so usually that's the Shiva Murti thing. When I'm doing Shiva Murti, I'm like, do you want to tell me what's wrong, or do you want me to figure it out? And they're like, figure it out. I'm like, okay. And then I do, and it's amazing.
Yeah. You find the things and you tell them, you say, okay, there's a block here, there's this and that, yeah. Are you saying, then you can intuit what it is? Are you using those abilities then to sort of, find out why or what?
Yes. And then they can work on that. But usually I only do that when I'm doing a holistic fair, when I'm offering just the Shiva Murti or the Balinese healing. Then that's kind of like a crowd pleaser, and it goes over very well. It's quick clearing. Everyone feels, really good immediately. And so it's fun. And then some people, they'll come into my office and then we'll do a healing, and then, they really would like a deeper experience than just a 15-minute, quick chakra. What do I call it? 10-minute tune-up, I think I call it.
Yeah, those you do for fairs and things like that.
Right.
But the
Right.
full thing like that, if they want this whole full crystal surgery thing, somebody wants to go all out to the leg. Then you do what? Do you do the whole grid? Are you going to do the energy bodies like last time? Are you going to grid it, or give me some idea?
I will grid, and then I will show them. And then I will. Usually they fall asleep.
Yeah, I know my daughter's one of those.
Usually they fall asleep because it's a really deep healing, and so we're going on down pretty close a lot of levels, and so you know, the mental body really can't absorb it as well as the subconscious body does, and so that's why they usually fall asleep. But yes, it does involve gridding, either 2D, 3D gridding. And so, and then really expanding that grid and really getting in there, being able to scrape it, pick at it, sweep it up, and then infuse it with some white light. And then also other healing tools, other crystal healing tools that Dorje and other like Asian tools,
And do you
not from our
suppose get
culture.
communications from the crystals telling you something, picking up or talking to you, or do you get it from anytime their guides come through or anything like that comes through?
Usually the guides. I have a healing guide that really I work with, and then the crystals do as well.
You
And
have
so
a
I have,
to work with that does with
yes.
okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And so I also have just specific white light tools that will help me with, you know, clearing out any debris as well. Quite a few.
Yeah. What are your white light tools? Which ones? That's not the one you were using, hey?
No, well, no. So some of the white light tools, where did I just put those? They're not, here they are. So like I have this little Lumerian knife that I use.
Okay.
That's a white light tool that for scraping. And then I have some of these. These are white light. Work with them. I also have, you can go to
I've
sleep.
got those two introduced earlier on. I don't know what it is about them, but they definitely got this one's attention and this.
What's that? Those crystals.
I was like, yeah, I know. Hello.
Yes. Yeah. And so I even have a bigger one that I don't know. Like the little ones work so well. So the big one, it's kind of flashy. And you might get a message of, I don't use it enough. This is another white light tool.
Good Lord, that's massive. What is that? Yes. What is that? Metal? Or is it just, wow.
Yeah, it's a bronze. And then it has some jewels. And then it has both.
So Asian, isn't it? Amazing.
It is. It's from Bali.
Yeah, well, you can see that.
And India.
Okay, yeah.
It's from that culture. Other white light tools. This massive.
God, this is quite something. It's like a crystal shop you're pulling on. What the heck is that?
Oh my gosh. I know. And more.
You had the hair.
What's that?
That reminds me sort of what's that temple in Cambodia? Angkor Wat. That reminded me of Angkor Wat, actually. That one.
Yeah, and then have one made of bone. But I also have these white light tools.
Oh, yeah, lovely. Very clear.
Down to these guys, but
we just be guided. Gosh, you got enough of the. Oh my gosh, that's no joke. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And then yes.
Wow, you've got crystals, all right. Gee whiz, you've got a collection there.
I do. So I'm like, oh, I need to do something with all these crystals. But I started.
You've definitely Atlantean there. I tell you what, all your guides definitely Atlantean. Oh yeah, definitely.
So bringing down that older traditional, healing modalities, and really learning that. And my role is to incorporate it into the masses and really educate. So.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. People they've done Reiki, but they haven't seen that before. That's when I saw the gridding, like your lady who did your entire body, she was gridding your whole thing and actually picking up the problems in that energy, in the actual energy bodies. Now that got the attention. I thought, now there's on a different level, because then you're working with the actual energy exactly before it gets into the body. Because
Mm.
once it's in the body, once it's formed a density, crystallized, that's when you've got to take some while to, it takes a while to reverse that. But if you
It
get it
does.
there, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So
Oh,
let me close him up and then we can talk a little bit more. Oh, yeah. One more white light tool. This beautiful
yeah, yes, isn't that interesting? That's a lovely, interesting piece. What is it? A mix? It's
oh
interesting.
gosh,
It
I
looks
can't
only
remember.
for selenite and quartz. I don't know. No, it can't be.
No, it's not quartz. I can't remember.
Not selenite. Okay, all right.
Let's see.
There's some
All right.
beautiful stones. Oh my
I
gosh.
love them. I love them. I love them. All right, Danny boy, let me clear you up.
Hmm.
So just painting a little titanium quartz energy on him to close this up. Light loving energy. Here we go. Right. Here, I can take these guys. Cachalongs.
Do you ever put on your clients? Do you put crystals behind their heads or under their heads or anywhere around here, the head part, or just?
I do. I have clear quartz diamantina that I had on his crown chakra, but not underneath the head. I did not.
Sometimes I must say, sometimes they're quite strong. Because even if you put them on your third eye, it actually can be stored like throbs. It's like quite
Yeah, he
powerful.
had one on his third eye. I don't know what happened to it.
It's strong sometimes, the energy.
Oh, you did?
You can feel it.
Oh, his third eye azurite fell somewhere.
Huh.
I think it's in your hood. Okay, I don't know. If you find my azurite, let me know.
When you get up, it'll fall out probably.
I know. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay.
Oh, you got so many crystals there. My goodness me. Talk about you need crystals. No, you weren't joking. Wow.
Yeah.
Some serious ones you've got there. That's some serious toys you have.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. I'm all done with you. I'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you.
You can't hear because I have you in my headphone.
Well, we thank for doing that so we can see what's going on. Oh. It's different when you're trying to tell someone and you sort of demonstrating what you're doing makes a big difference in trying to explain it. Because if you've never seen it
Yes.
before, how do you explain something to somebody? Oh, I love those stones. They really fascinate me. I don't know what it was about them, but they're lovely.
Thank you.
They have a message.
They have a message from you?
No, they have a message. I don't know, but they've got a message.
Oh, yeah.
Ask
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, those two that you showed,
The wands?
they have a story. They've got a message. No, there's two flat ones that got my attention.
Oh, yeah. The Vogel style wands.
They what?
The Vogel style wands?
I have no clue what they are. But they have
These
no,
two?
no. The other ones that I still said to you, they were
Oh,
almost flat, which was unusual.
Oh, the font. Yeah, the fondants.
Those ones. Yes. Hello.
Yes.
There's something very interesting about those.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them.
I will.
Step into them and talk to them. There's a message there. You don't have to do it now, but there's a message there.
Okay. I will. I'll work with them.
Something there. There's definitely a message there. They'll communicate with you. They've got some knowledge there.
Okay.
Or you can tap and they'll share. I remember once because I was very curious, and everyone was like, "Oh, where are these stones like Stonehenge, and who did them, and what?" And I thought, "Well, why did you just ask them?" So exactly, I did. I just tapped into them and asked them, and they told me. I was like, "Oh, that was quick."
Yeah.
Everyone was debating and looking for clues. Why don't you just damn ask them? That's what I thought. Why don't you just ask the rocks and they'll tell you? And I did. That's why I laughed after that. I thought, well, there's don't ask. Same with when you're going. I went for a walk in this big forest. It's a big estate actually. beautiful estate to go walking. They got walking trails. And I wanted to find some mushrooms. I mean, to find them in that place, because of the kind of trees, you're going to find certain mushrooms there. But to find them would be like, so I just thought I'll ask exactly the same thing. Now you can, everything is consciousness. So I just asked the trees, and how fast it was. The trees told me, okay, right at the top, go to the top path, and then along there, and there we are. Went to the top, smack, I found them. Same thing, when you're foraging, hunting around. Now you know that everything is consciousness. You can communicate with it. It's just people are like, oh, I wonder who did this. Ask it. It'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it saves you a lot of hassles. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it sure does.
So speak to us, lady. Can I ask you another personal question, if you don't mind? I'm just curious.
I don't mind.
Where did you meet your hubby? Did you meet your hubby in the Navy as well, or you guys?
No, I met him actually online. So I'm from Iowa City, Iowa, and we went to high school together. So I initially met him in high school, and then when I got out of the Navy, came back home, then I met him again.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
it's lovely that your husband is not like knocking what you do. Yeah, that's lovely. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, he's been fully supportive through the crystals and all.
I think it's so nice. That's what I'm saying. It's so nice.
It is. And he's been really encouraging me to just put myself out there and really try to do what I love.
Yeah.
Because I just don't anymore, or at least, working for other people.
Okay, so there we are. Question: What did you do this? What lights you? And if you know, I don't know. Some people don't. What lights you up? Like what really? Just that just a lot of
connection.
Things.
Yeah, it's the connection with not only the crystals, but really having a true, genuine connection about like our human consciousness and what we're doing here, like what is our purpose. And then like I feel this is my purpose. This lights me up. This not only talking about crystals and talking about, spiritual awakenings and talking about everyone's experiences, because I have a lot of superficial conversations when I'm at work, even superficial relationships that really don't feed my soul. And I'm just like, what's the point?
You find that you actually, the more you go into this, it's very interesting. Actually, even the other day, I can't even watch movies. Entertainment, music, movies. It was so interesting because now Christmas came up and my daughter came to stay, and there was, it's just something you did normally. You watch movies, you didn't think twice about it. So much of it now because you can see through all of it. And so you're aware of the games, the projections, even stand-up comedy. I just can't. It was like, no, I can't. This is the energy is just not compatible, not resonant. It was so weird trying to find a film that was, it's like, no thanks. That energy is just, you just can't. It's like you just can't.
And that's how we end up on YouTube, just following the, personalities that we do connect with and we enjoy.
Yeah, others that are awake. Yeah, because you can't play those unawakened games or stories, projections, dramas, disguised as comedy. I was actually disturbed, some comedians, and I thought, wow. You think you used to laugh at those things when you see, but when you see it, and I'm saying, it's so sad because that shows you this is what we thought was normal to grow up like this. And there's like, oh my. Yeah, you can see it all. And it's just, you can't. It's so bizarre that it gets deeper and deeper. And the more deeper it gets, the less you can, people, energies, entertain, whatever it is, entertainment, any of that kind of thing is just, whew. Nope, no thanks, you just, no.
Yeah.
It's not easy. But okay, so there's obviously some passions in your thing, because what brings you soul? What lights the soul up, I'm saying, on that aspect for Angie? That expression, well, Angie, it's not Angie, it's source. So that the expression coming through that form, what makes it doesn't matter if it's pets, dogs, sunsets, what brings joy to that expression?
What brings joy is also being able to feel connected and to the 0 point. Like when I am in the mode, then, everything I feel very alive. I feel very connected. Time stops. I can do this for hours. I am connecting to another person on such a deep level that really fuels me and that brings me joy.
Are there anything else? Healing people? I mean, oceans, water, like what things?
Oh
I mean,
yeah. Of
give
course,
me,
oceans. I love the ocean. Like I said, I was in the Navy for 10 years. I was seagoing. I lived on a ship. I was a guided missile destroyer, but I lived on it for 6 years. And I really love the ocean. Most of our vacations are beach vacations. And so that is where we choose to be. And my kids are the same.
your water, yeah.
Yes, definitely a lot of water.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same thing here. That's interesting. You say you went to Hawaii as well. Other places you felt drawn to? So I'm saying, just trying to
Yeah.
look at the
So,
live modalities.
also, yeah, Asia is, of course, my favorite. The best places I went to, Singapore, Thailand. I love that area. I
Yes.
haven't been to the Caribbean yet, but I do plan to go sometime. Australia, I've been there. New Zealand, I love it there. So, yeah.
Yeah, energies that you're drawn to and things, modalities. Okay, so healing is obviously definitely a thing of yours. Crystals,
Mhm.
you can see that. That's a shamanic. You've had some shamanic roots as well, because
I
that's
do, I do, I do some shamanic
yeah.
roots.
And you remember lives besides
Uh,
lives in Egypt or lives in American Indians or any of those you've seen or remember
No,
traveled?
just Kemet. I've been there a few times and met my father there, who was, I don't know, I came from a predominant family and really taught me the ways of the elders and the history. And I really had a loving family who was highly encouraging of me to go on to this modality. Um,
Oh, really? Your family? That's
yes.
fantastic. Oh, wow.
Hmm.
That's very
Hmm.
interesting. Because I'm saying it's
Yes.
not the normal going out there, the awakening, where it's, it's the one is waking up in the family, the first one, and everyone else is asleep, and it's far from,
Yes.
yeah, it's eventually it starts, you're the ones who's catalyzing their awakening, basically.
Yes,
Oh, so
exactly.
your family encourage, oh, this is wonderful. Wow.
Uh-huh. And so, what else?
Egypt, do you remember any lives from Egypt?
No, just like I feel like the early before Egypt was Egypt.
Yes. Going way back. That's what I'm saying, going way back. And okay, so there's interesting your lives. You like the oceans and definitely Asia and that sort of area. Okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Any other
Yes.
parts of the planet that you feel drawn to, even if you've never been there in this lifetime? Anything else that sort of gets you moving or
I want to go to Ireland and Scotland. I've never been there before. And are you in Ireland? Ireland? Where are
no,
you
UK?
located? UK.
UK.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Islanders
So
is quite connected, yeah. I think
yeah,
it's
I have I've done my DNA analysis and I do have roots, DNA from Scotland and Ireland. So I really would like to go over there and
mm.
see how it is. My Reiki master, who I was talking about before, she is actually doing shamanic work in Ireland right now.
Oh, really? Beautiful.
Yes.
Country is
Yeah.
the land has less it's interesting, um, even though it had lots of, I suppose it had its troubles in certain areas, but one thing I noticed about Ireland is not very built up, and the energy is very different to here. So here
Mm,
the energy is the land's affected. Whatever happens, so much should happen here, I suppose. But for
right.
some reason, Ireland, even though theirs, I'm saying they're the same thing. I mean, you don't have that
Hmm.
thing. The land is more pure. I can't explain it. The energy in Ireland is better for something to do with the land. People you can see up, they always were of the land. They definitely resisted all the, domination from anyone, basically. They always have. So, but you can feel the energies, I can't explain it, of the land is more pure. That is one thing that surprised. I was very interested. Yeah, you feel at home and you feel the energy's different. Definitely different. Hasn't got that, uh, I suppose, damage from all, wars and nonsense and
Hmm.
whatever else. You don't feel that. You're just, it's really beautiful. You feel very much connected to the land, which they've always been. So the land definitely has a much, cleaner, better, definitely energy.
Yeah. So I did have an experience. I'm sorry to change the location, but when I went to Portugal, I was able to navigate the streets so well. And someone asked for directions. I was able to give them directions. I've never been here before. And so I think that was a past life memory of like, okay, I'm home. I know where everything is located. And I had no trouble walking around in that city.
Interesting, eh?
Hmm.
Could have even been the one before, yeah. It could have even been the life just previously, yeah. You never know. I
Oh,
know
could
it's
have
so
been.
strange to
Yeah.
see things and you don't know why. Because there's stories you've played or dreams you've done. No. Oh, wow,
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah. But I
Interesting.
also have a twin brother. So I don't know how we've had a past life before. And so that's nice to have that connection.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. And in your daughter, she sort of seemed to be inclined in this, or was she how is she
She
towards
will be. She will be. She has really, she gravitates towards Reiki, crystal, Shiva Murti. Usually she just wants Reiki. It's a lot more gentler than the Balinese healing. And so she'll fall asleep and then I'll put her to bed and then like, you didn't finish my healing. Like I did, you fell asleep. And then she'll demand another one.
oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
lovely. Yeah, that's so nice. Oh, that's good. That's a very good thing. Okay, so there's definitely in the family then. That's interesting
Yeah.
because there's no resistance from the family and everything. So it's,
Mm-mm.
there's not.
Even my son, he's 19 and he'll still get healings regularly.
So there wasn't the karma thing in the family doesn't seem to be that dense that you have so much to sort of so much shit having to clear out the closet. Put it that way.
Yeah. Well, we worked on it really
You must.
hard.
That's what I'm saying. You might.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been. It must have been because otherwise you will see it really affecting in the family. There's a lot of
Mhm.
shit, and that's why people think it's a joke, but a lot have chosen
Oh.
because a lot of there are bodies here that have been stuck in such dense patterns. So there are souls, more advanced souls, that are actually choosing bodies that have a lot of shit. Why? Because those people are just cannot. They're not able to overcome those patterns. It's just that karmic vortex. So some have chosen some real challenging bodies to inhabit now for this thing
Mhm.
to raise the consciousness to transcend all that shit. There's
Yeah.
some families have had some wow such dark patterns or shadow patterns or difficult patterns too, and stuck in such density. So
Hmm.
it's a good thing because you can see just by, as I say, your family, the whole thing, that very connection, that there wasn't that much there. Thank goodness. There's a
Yes.
more, it's not so much toxicity and family dynamics and all that kind of. There's some, wow, it's lovely to see actually
Oh, thank you.
the close bond. And I was thinking, wow, what a lovely. And say, I mean, the family's keen and everyone's, it's really, really nice.
Hmm. And then with their support, it'll help support me into my journey.
All of it,
Or
yeah,
it
that's
does.
all
It
positive
does.
energy. Exactly, you're surrounded by it's really good. Lift up. And then you will affect all those around you as well. So it's
Hmm.
very positive energy vortex and you've created because you're not sort of one here trying to hold, the candle and surrounded by density. Yeah, that's more of a challenge when constantly surrounded by it all. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
good. Oh,
Oh, thank
lovely.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you did that.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. It just came. That's what I'm saying. You see, this is source. That it's how it works.
Right.
Co-creation. The idea. All of a sudden, I saw you. I was thinking about this, and you said you were back, and I said, "That's interesting. You're back doing this." And then it was okay. Well, let's. Why not? Tell us what you're doing, and it's here. And for some reason, all of a sudden, this body. That's you see. It's funny how things go, but it's now inspired whatever it was doing here for the last 5 years, which is guiding humanity through the shift, and this is coming, that's
Hmm.
happening. That kind of seems to outgrown that now. Um, and it's moved. And all of a sudden, you're inspired now to other people's stories. So I'm quite keen. So now this thing with you, I thought, now it's made me think, oh, okay, I'd love to chat. It's so nice to chat with others and hear, okay, what was the catalyst for their awakening? Because sometimes there's a certain catalyst or thing or dark night of the soul or whatever. Some it's
I had a few dark nights of the soul, and I don't know if it it did. It sparked some awakenings, and then I just kind of retreated back and like, no, I'm not ready yet. And then
I was going to say, because coming from the military, which is a complete different direction.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yes, the military was part of my dark night of the soul, and then I retreated back
Yes.
saying, I'm not ready yet.
There was some unfinished business there, obviously.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this whole war, I mean, most of the planet has gone through it. So they've all participated in these things, if they remember or not. So most have all have had lives to get that out of their system or finish it or clear it. Or you cannot, you won't be on this planet without missing those, So sometimes, exactly, especially to the end now, it's to clear it all. That's very program, exactly. I thought, wow, so that was something you had to work through.
Oh yeah, I definitely had to work through. And then also growing up, like I had mentioned maybe the last time, that my parents were heavily into the church. And so understanding that, oh, I don't need to go through someone else to be able to speak to my higher self or to source, that was a game changer. So I'm like, no, I don't need a third party. I got this.
And how are they about that? How did they take to that?
So my mother and stepfather are ordained Episcopal priests.
Oh,
So
wow. Oh,
they
wow.
understand, right? And so we learned about religion. We were loved, constantly respected other religions. And so with that knowledge base of knowing that not everybody, believes in the same thing, was very opening. And I was able to go to other churches and see how, they did things. And so for me, I just identify as spiritual, not religious. And to them, they could not understand that concept. And I'm like, what are you talking about? How do you not understand that concept? And so they came around. They're coming around because they still have that mystic belief system within their religion. So I'm just like, the mysticism has always been there. So it's not that far of a concept to take religion out of it and really like, okay, I don't need other people. I got this. I have this religion with, a belief, communication with source, and my understanding of the world and how we're all interlocked and related. So, my mom has taken that, and she is like the only one who likes my stuff on Facebook. On Shira Wellness. And so from there, I'm like, my people are growing. They just need to get
That's a love thing. Yeah, it's part of the human history and the story. Because
it is
unawakened, we're looking at it's like daddy figure. But this is true even in school. So it's authority figure. So it's not this, or it's someone we got to ask or say sorry or please can I, I've got to earn my. This is just part of the consciousness and the falling and forgetting what they were. And it's part of the story, so it doesn't matter. And that's why I say all of these things, everyone's been through it. I mean, this, Knights Templar. So you've been at all ends of these things, and you've done all kinds of things. You don't remember male, female, whatever. You've been around on this block for a while. You've done, this energetic dream space. You've had so many dreams, and you've done all kinds of shit. This is just part of it. And it's good because some aren't able to. Some are frightened. That's fair, you see, because they think, if I don't, they're going to, because they believe the program of the book, the interpretation, that consciousness, and too scared to, shame. So that's very positive. Oh, that's a good thing. Wow. Especially if your parents are, priests or pastors, or they call them priests. That's wow. That's very good. And they were very open-minded.
Yeah, they're pretty open-minded. So now they've since stepped away from that church, but they're still more educators, and
but
they're okay now.
And also the mind, that's still a good thing, because the love in the mind then is still on a higher power. Whether it's maybe disidentified, you all start off like that, doesn't matter. This one woke up exactly. You knew nothing. It didn't have my family were far from religious. So
Mm-hmm.
your catalyst was like, wow, yeah, to like rip the rug out to stop
Yeah.
this. It hit the wall it hit the wall to stop. It hit the wall with a bang.
Yeah.
And the only way it was going to stop, it was just a do. So there was no more doing. It was just like, woof, the wall came. And there we are. All you knew exactly was the Christian faith, let's say. Well, it's all of us normal, in the West and
But
except.
I kind of grew up as an army brat. So my first stepdad was in the military, and so we moved quite a bit. So we moved to Texas, and then we moved over to Germany. And in Germany, we were on an army base, but we still learned about religions. Like we learned about the Hindu religion, and we had friends that celebrated, and we also celebrated those, like Hare Krishna, the religions and the gods, and even the Jewish religions. So it was very interesting, my upbringing, how I was exposed at such a young age to religion and, other beliefs. And I was able to enjoy those with my friends.
That's very interesting. Yeah. No, there's a lot to overcome. And as I'm saying, you look at the genetics and DNA, it's amazing. There's a lot you can see even on the planet going through. And as I say, depending on what roots, but you're going to start off with those. So when both people have had any sort of Christian thing, what they will do is exactly the first that'll appear will be Jesus. The same happened here, or God, when you first get that direct communication, the light. And then Jesus, the parents, because that's what you feel comfortable with and safe, angels, so it appears however needed, whatever the consciousness needs, it'll appear as such, whatever form, Yeah, it is interesting. It's really, really interesting. Wow. That is interesting what you were saying, especially coming from that and growing up with that, because that's such a dense.
You're telling me, yes, it is.
Program. It is, because if you think about it, it's opposite from what the whole awakening's about. It's about sacrificing, being the ultimate, like putting my life doesn't matter. I'll just die for you or for your company or for your whatever, your conquest or your crown or whatever. I mean, it is the furthest from the truth. Behavior that is to like this. It's the furthest from self-love, actually. Oh no, I'll just go and give my life to you, and you can abuse me and do what you want, and I'm just a pawn that I'm disposable. You know what I mean? I'm a sacrificial lamb kind of thing. It is the absolute opposite from what you are guided through in your awakening.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, we don't do those sort of things. We love and honor, and because it is only you that exists, actually. Got to wake that one up. But there's only you. These are, well, let's go that. But yeah, there's only the self. Really, it's looking at it's examining your mind. And what you are examining are all these bodies, this and that body, and all these bodies are appearing in you. They are archetypes, thought forms, character, like they all represent different characteristics or thoughts or whatever they are. Fascinating. The ears just tweaked. Oh, here we are. That was energy there. Shifted quickly. That was a quick shift. So yeah, I was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness. Oh my goodness, were you? Another one you see. That's what I'm saying. The trance, it's incredible.
It is.
Depending on the lineage and what you got to, I know how diverse it is. But that's a big program to overcome, because it also teaches you not to trust yourself. Well, is to obey, to ignore the self. That's why they get them young. So you don't question, you just do as you're told and whatever else. It is complete. It's like unconscious and there's conscious. I mean, it is so not out of alignment, put it that way. It's like, wow. 10 years, you see. But then you see, there's the inheritance, your family, it's what you grew up with. It was normal.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Yeah. But at least you had that balance. That's interesting, because then you had the religious balance with it. Yeah, okay. It's got its own little twist in it. When it's related to military, it's definitely got its own twist in it. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it does. And so, right, when I tell people I have that background of being in the military, they're just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And it's hard to comprehend, but I mean, that was before I was awakened, and
That's what I'm saying. It's God.
yeah,
God doing this. God's even in the military. God's, it's only one here. It's taking all forms. It's appearing as all, as I say, it's different aspects of it, different thought forms or whatever.
yeah,
It's all that. Exactly. When you're unawakened, this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what you say. It's completely unawakened. That's a normal behavior.
yeah,
It is quite, yeah. And if you look at the human history, it's quite understandable. That's what I say. This is so much to transcend, because all these bodies are holding so much of the human story and history, because they belong to this planet. It's part of the story. All have to transcend this religion, that, the military, the war stories, all of this. Another thing that popped up today, which is fascinating. You're talking about your passion, following your passion. And it's such a normal program held on by the planet as you don't even question it. And when I was listening to someone, talking to Bashar, someone was asking a question, and it was brought up, and I was like, oh, wow, there we are. I saw that. And it was very clear that another program, because you're brought up here, especially by our parents, their age, and their parents, as I'm saying, it's just passed down. That's it. Nobody's to blame. It's just been for one, and the next generation, it's been all of this nonsense has come down. But you were taught, because that's what they were taught. These are the jobs we want you to do. These are the jobs that are good jobs. So you must be a lawyer or a doctor, as though there's only like so much to choose from. These are the things you've got to aim. Everyone must be a lawyer, a doctor, this or that. You can't do that. It's not going to make you any money. You'll die poor. Don't think about being an artist. What? There's no money from the Debbie.
right.
But that's what I'm saying. So this is where so many people, that's the same here. There's nothing like follow your passion. Are you out of your mind? You had so much pressure from parents. No, you should be doing that and studying this. Look at people. Their dad's a doctor. He was a doctor. I'm a doctor. There's so much of that in the DNA and in the lineage that you tended to pushed out of it because you can't earn a living. No, don't be silly. It's all about money. You see, that's a huge program here. Yeah. Everything has a value to it. The people have, you listen to it, it's amazing. It's almost like they can't live without it. They can't imagine a world without it. They're completely unawakened. So oh wow, you really see that, what's here.
So that's the goal, is to be able to do this full time and just be able to have healings or conscious conversations. That's what I'm calling the channeling, and just being able to do that. And a lot of my friends think I'm crazy, of course, because they're like, why would you walk away from a good job? And I'm like,
it's
not fulfilling.
You think that you can't earn, because we were told that you can't make a living doing what you want. This is where so many people want to. They want to do their passion, but because we've been so programmed to think that you can't do only these jobs are what earn money. So you've got to do jobs that are going to bring you. This is what we were told, and that's when I realized as well. I'm thinking that's why.
But that's evolved too.
Block, not realizing that thinking that you can't do what you want or follow your heart or passion, because they don't realize you're creating a reality for one. It's because society doesn't work, but society's got nothing to do with it, actually, because society doesn't create your reality. But the program has been so drummed into you that, yes, this is how you have to do, or because this is how the world works. No, you're creating the bloody world. It doesn't work the other way. But this is what your parents were told. So is it difficult? Like now, I admire you that, but yes, you absolutely can. If you're really following your passion, you absolutely will and can.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely will and can. But you will, you will.
I believe it. I believe it.
Be supported, no matter how, wherever, but you will be supported. It will just happen.
Yeah. So I'm not even giving myself a timeline. I do. It's very short, that I'm going to really dedicate myself to this and just see what happens. I'm really excited.
Good. I'm glad. You will then. That's what you're meant to do. Because if you are doing something that you're not happy with, the door's going to close. You know how it works. If you're on your awakening journey, oh no, there's no more, well, I'm doing it because I need to do it. I have to.
Right.
This is what we were taught. You see, that's the program. Because you always think that the world is affecting you. The world has no effect on you whatsoever. Yeah. We thought we always had to do what we have to do, that because we can't do what we want, because we can't, as I say, yeah, exactly. It's very interesting watching these programs come up, and then you realize, oh, they're actually just bollocks. It was actually nothing to do with you. It's just what you were taught and what you learned.
Well,
Yeah.
I was so unhappy with my career the last year, and I tried to get another job, and then my supervisors or my entity I'm attached to kind of just blocked it. They're like, no, you're not going anywhere. Due to the needs of the department, you have to stay here. And I'm just like, okay, if I could do anything in the world, I'm not paid, money's not an issue, what would that be? So it took me a long time to figure out what that was, but it's what I was already doing. It was the constantly, learning about, back in the day, it was called, self help, or trying to help others awaken, trying to be an activator for others, really showing the education behind spiritual awakening, really having these, real soul based conversations. And that's really what I want. And
Mm-hmm.
so now I'm like, okay, I'm sick of you guys. I'm going to make this sustainable. And this is what I'm doing for the next 40 years because I can't imagine
I
working
can feel that in you. You won't
these
have to.
jobs for another 20 years. Are you kidding me? Like,
That's what I'm saying, because everybody and our parents taught us that we were taught that you have to do this to earn a living, as though exactly the world affects you. You can't do that, but literally, I mean, and money doesn't go. The amount of crap I think that this program has had to work through. Money doesn't grow on trees, and this and that. I mean,
mm-hmm,
it just keeps coming. You just see it, and you're like, wow. Because you still, once you cognize, know that there's no outside there. There is no outside.
right.
I am the one who's the outside is
I'm
appearing.
creating this.
The mind,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Even this, you see it
Yeah.
sometimes. You see the mind identify with the form, and the form appears. Oh, there we are. We're playing body again. I'm in the body. No, we're not. But that's what I'm saying. It's amazing. We've been taught, and that's why I say it's sad. I'm so glad you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're meant to do it, as you wouldn't be. And I'm so glad. That's why also that it was no coincidence that I felt inspired to like chat with you and say, yeah, come on, I want to hear about it more. And it's inspired this one now to hear other people's stories and let them share their stories and why and what lights them up, because you're seeing it all over there. There were people waking up with different things. They're doing all kinds of things, and not all the same thing. Some are doing healing, some are doing whatever. Like this young man then inventing this financial system, and you think, holy, this is all inspired. You can just see how it's progressing, how the world is taking shape. Let's say birthing.
Well, it is. And
When
it's
it's
bringing in creativity. And so, like, since I opened myself up, like, my creativity is coming back. So I'm making songs and I'm writing stories and I'm doing all of this. And so that is that's the creative side that was dying inside, and bringing that out and just sharing it with others. It's really healing.
yeah, good, because you've got a lot of light. You have, I know. I'm very glad.
Mhm.
I'm glad you're doing it. Well, we can do it again. We can catch up.
Yes.
Definitely, I'm very glad you're doing this, and it's nice to hear your story. I mean, because I've been watching for once. I was very glad about your daughter, and I was waiting. I thought, okay, if you feel you need to step in or ask, or if you ask for help or for healing, it will be there. But we were watching to see if you were going to ask or what it was needed or not. So you
So
said,
I was, yeah. So, coming from this side of being a healer, I wanted to kind of see how it went myself. So my daughter, she was sick. We went through all of the 3D things. We went to the hospital. They gave her the meds. We kind of did everything. Nothing was working. And then I incorporated Reiki every night, and she was better in just a short time, in like a week. And she was sick for 7 months. Like, this
I
is
was watching all this hospital
ridiculous.
thing, and I was getting very worried. I thought, oh gosh, this is a bit.
She was admitted twice for a week each time, and she was miserable. And then she did have one flare up, and they gave her so much prednisone, and it didn't even work. And so
Yeah,
I
the old
just a
system.
little bit of Reiki, and she was fine. She hasn't had a problem.
The old system is. It's very interesting to see. It's falling. Well, it's disappearing, and in our reality, it might carry on another one, but it's disappearing. Yeah, it's crumbling, and it's
Mm-hmm.
going to, and might carry on. You can see, well, not actually, you can see it anymore because it's disappearing, as I say, from our reality. But you're aware that it is there, and it's like totally different direction. you can see that everything is like makes you sick. It's like you're running around with a disinfectant bottle 24/7. That's gonna do that to me, and everything's externalized. Like everything's a threat. You see, we're not creating our reality. It's a very different paradigm. We're not creating that can hurt me, that can make you sick. Where there's no separation. So the air is the self. That is the self. Where they're saying everything is separate and a threat to me. This fragile body. It's a very different paradigm. You're watching and you think, wow, but that's actually vanished now. I don't even come across that anymore.
Right. But now that
timeline's just going, whoopsie. Yeah.
And with helping people connect with themselves and ground, then, they don't seem to have those issues anymore. Like if you have a healthy aura, you don't get sick. Like that's really trying to show like all of this stuff is, and just allowing people to become aware of this.
But it comes up if you like it or not. So you can you'll know your healing. You can be doing all perfectly well, and then boom, you get out. Because those are parts of the consciousness. It gets time now to deal with this. Mm-hmm. So that's whatever the mind is, it's going to arise. And then all of a sudden, like there's a guru. I call them gurus if they're awake. There's a gentleman that's awake. Another one I've come across them all. And all of a sudden he can't walk. Old injuries, pain, he's in such bad legs. See, these things will surface, like these knees you were working the other day. This was a car accident, and this cartilage, this knee, the cartilage was torn. Playing football with the staff. So I tore the cartilage in that one. And this was a car accident when I was about 19. Wow. And it's scar tissues. They've got cysts behind them. So they both are. And a little bit inflamed, like you're talking, every now and then out of the blue, they started getting a bit sore, a bit puffed up. And I was like, oh, okay. So, it's just working through because those are old injuries and things. Exactly. It just.
Let me work on them remotely and tell me how they are.
What, the knees?
Yes,
you're welcome to.
Yeah. I can cut away the scar tissue.
They form cysts behind them because of that, but they're not painful. Mm-hmm. So they had cysts behind them because of that. It's formed scar tissue in the knees. But sometimes, because I was dancing and jumping around the other day a lot, so it was like, I think it was a bit too much. You're not used to it. They only used to play up when I did like horse riding. If I'm going down a mountain for a while, and you've got all that weight, because this on the stirrups pushing like this way, too much. That's when I used to sometimes that otherwise, just one of these things. But as you said, bodies. There was a lot of dysfunction in this family, a lot of trauma held by the family. Woo, wow.
Well, because they didn't talk about anything, and they just rather just forget it. Or just stop talking to a sibling.
Whatever, exactly. So much bullshit. Density rolls up. So, I mean, when you awaken, do you only realize when, as I say, when you start unwinding all this ancestry, do you start seeing and you realize how toxic or how, things were. And then you have compassion because you think, well, they didn't know any better, and then their parents, someone's got to start this cycle. Wow. Shame.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well. Someone's going to break it. And this is where we are on the planet. The one that's going to start breaking that cycle. The one that first wakes up is breaking that whole. Wow.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Hello. All right, my dear. We've been keeping you on here forever.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your community with me.
Oh, you're so welcome. I think we're going to be doing more of this because this is what this one just felt more inspired to do now, is listening to others and hearing it, sharing it, and letting them share their, So we'll catch up. We'll do some more, definitely.
Okay.
And thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.
We're here to support you following your dream. Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lots of love, my darling.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here, sharing this time with us. We appreciate it very much. So I wish you all a wonderful evening and good night. Hi, Aurora, how are you? Merry Christmas. I haven't been on for a while. But we'll do some more of these. Different, well, who knows? Let's see. Talk to some other, let's people share their stories and, what's driving them and what woke them up. And people can share their stories. As you see, as the whole beautiful new earth is unfolding here. Wow, it's amazing. Wow. So different. Wow. So we'll definitely catch up. Let's hear from some more people. And then it's actually very interesting to see how it's unfolding and different gifts, different abilities, whatever. How this is all starting to sort of blossom out there. Their gifts, their whatever they've had, and who knows. That consciousness is practiced. Here, not so much to guide. You still see this out there, but what this channel was doing, it's shifted now. So I think we'll hold space for others and let them share their stories. Yeah, taking a different direction. Who knows? It is lovely though to co-create and hear, and it's very interesting. So I thank you for sharing this time and space and listening and, to their stories. It's really nice. There's some beautiful people out there with beautiful gifts and abilities and hearts, and that's what I'm saying. Once all the debris is cleared, that's not source, all of that, it's only the one here. It stands there. It's light itself. It's a bit of all that's not it. It's interesting to see as it blossoms, what unfolds like this. So much Atlantean connection with the stones, crystals, and the healing. And wow, interesting. Very interesting. Anyway. All right. Good night, people. Wow. Lots and lots of love. Bye.